to various projects, to various ministries.
So what happened?
It never came. They burnt it into another account.
And it's part of the loan we are paying.
Yeah, we paid. We have to pay it. See,
because to a legal obligation ya kulipa this money.
Yeah. You have to pay it. It's a loan. Whether you used it well, whether it was stolen, that's your own problem. You have to pay it to the lender.
Okay.
And before you acquire another loan, you have to pay the previous loan.
Regarding Gachagua.
We're in a fix.
Okay. Regarding Gachagua.
So, do you know Edward Ouko was warned to keep his mouth shut?
Ouko was the
auditor general.
The auditor at that time.
And he's empowered by law to talk about it. But he was warned not to talk about it.
By the cartels?
By the big man at that time.
And he kept quiet. He tried saying, alijaribu kusema.
Alijaribu kuraise it. Akaitwa wao ni mchinga sana.
Kuna pesa nasikia ilibiwa the last day of the last administration. Na nasikia ni pesa mingi. Ingawaje we don't know who stole it. Was moved from accounts za Telcom. Na ndio maana the current administration iliingia na kusema wali find empty coffers. Was that true? Ama that was a made up story to be just nini ilifanyika because wanasemanga Telcom iliuzwa na siku moja. That is the political banter we usually see. But what was the inside story? Because nini ilifanyika?
It was a haste.
Pesa ilienda.
Hiyo ni money haste. They had to do it. When exiting, unachota what you can.
So what?
Unachota. It was a many haste.
So unataka kumaanisha Ruto this government hawakupata pesa?
No, they are continuing. They wanaendeleza what they found. A very rotten system.
So the system si ati imekufa.
Wanakamua ng'ombe ile, walipata ng'ombe imekonda, sasa wanaikamua to the last drop. Hiyo ng'ombe sasa ni Kenyans.
So tutatoboa. Because that is the question in kila mtu akona kwa akili whether as a country tutatoboa. Because ukiingia hata kwa online many businesses closing down. And kila mtu analia. Hata ukiingia kwa X, ukiingia kwa YouTube, ukiingia kwa Twitter, kila mtu is crying. Tutatoboa. Kama sasa hivi tumebakisha miaka 3 na tutatoboa. Ama you are going to see so many suicides. Nini itafanyika? Ama tuende in other countries because in Nigeria there is a statement this one wanaita Japa. Japa just means run. So
okay. From my point of view, many people will run. Others people will be more poor. In the years to come. Will be more poorer in the years to come. Yeah. Sababu poverty index ukiangalia tuseme roughly 10 years ago ilikuwa around 60%. Right now we can even say tunaelekea 80% poverty index.
The ratio of poor people.
Yes. Because
pamoja na unemployment ratio, because
if you take the amount of the loans we are taking as a country, it's not tenable. The level of taxation iko juu sana, sababu you cannot tax people to prosperity.
Tunataxiwa kila kitu. Umetaxiwa mkate kwa duka, umetaxiwa kwa salary, umetaxiwa
you'll be taxed. Even the air you breathe, you'll be taxed. Have you ever heard of carbon credits?
Yes, I've heard of carbon credits where my companies in the US, they pay you to make green spaces, to plant more trees. I don't know what is the right word of explaining.
Do you know there are people who are being paid money to own forests in Kenya right
yes,
now?
Yes, it happens.
Do you know of one?
No, I'm not. Because I also have some my own forest and I've never been paid any amount of money. kama kuna mahali inatangazwa niambie yeye nichukue pesa because sifai kuwa niko na forest na kuna watu wanalipa hizo vitu zinaitwa carbon credits na sipati.
Okay, Kenyan Forest. Nimesikia rumors ziko na patron. They already have a patron. Na mwenye ndiye anapokea hizo carbon credits. Which is a lot of money. Analipwa to own a forest.
Na kuna forest.
Na hajawahi panda moja.
Ni among the people in the
political so tunasema the air you are breathing mnalipa. Sababu somebody is cashing in on the oxygen.
Because it's being paid.
She's being paid. It's a she.
It's a she.
Yeah.
In the political establishment. Maybe we might not go deeper, but anyway. So we are effed up.
Sorry?
So we are fucked up.
We are finished. Sababu, we are finished in many fronts. Mwanzo, we are taxed.
Overtaxed.
We are overtaxed.
The money
tunaitwa the human capital. What you can produce is human capital.
Saudi Arabia.
Yes. How does the government spend, let's say, 1 million shillings to educate a single person? That is if you gauge from the level where that person started. Primary school, kuna mchango ya serikali imekusomesha. High school,
kuna contribution ya
kuna capitation.
Capitation.
High school, government imechangia. College, the government imechangia. Kuna mchango. Coupled with that, waka mchango ya mzazi. That person kumfikisha level ya college ama university. Let's say that person is worth 1 million plus
Kenya shillings.
Yes.
Itamfikisha hapo.
Kumsomesha tu. Alafu una export kwenda kufanya kazi ya need. Ni hasara ama sio hasara?
Because hiyo kazi ya the amount of money that person can be paid is, let's say, $300 which is around that 5,000 Kenya shillings.
Yes.
And umesomesha huyo mtu for years, the investment ya 1 million.
Umeinvest roughly $1 million
shillings.
For that person to end up working as a house help.
Ni a wasted resource.
In a non-friendly country. That's a slave. You are exporting slaves. How do you take people to Saudi Arabia? Saudi Arabia is not a friendly country. Yes. They despise Africans. We are slaves. They even tell you to the face you are a slave.
You are a slave.
Wewe ni mtumwa.
So nilikuwa nataka tugusie kidogo kabla tumalize about Gachagua and the impeachment, because wakati ikianza we have like 10 minutes to finish this. Wakati ikianza we thought tulifikiria ni diversion from the Adani. Tukakuja tukasikia Gachagua ali even negotiate a deal, exit deal na the president. Wakati president alikataa, ndio ikasukumwa impeachment. What is the future Gachagua pamoja na Mount Kenya, because alikuwa anajipiga kifua na ile kitu alikuwa anaita mlima. So whatever happens to Gachagua is still tied to the fate of central Kenya as a region.
Do you know politics in Kenya is do you know we don't elect presidents?
Who elect?
They are selected
by people, by the powers that be.
The election is just a cover-up. Because if you take, for example, the previous elections, ile kura tulipiga, mwenye alichukua kiti si mwenye alipigiwa.
The last elections?
All the elections.
All the elections.
Yes.
Apart from the 202.
Yes. Kwa sababu kuchukua kura ya
207,
wakati kura ilikuwa na ballot papers they were printed in
Dubai.
I think it was Argurel. How did we end up having ballot papers having serial numbers from France. Even Maraga said it. Open the servers. Aliambiwa hakuna server itafunguliwa. It's better we do a rerun.
So sababu ya kutofungua the server was because
there's so much which was covered. Kuna vitu mingi hatutawaijua about those elections. But Maraga tried to help us. Ni vile hatukuona anatusaidia.
So what did you want to mean related that's an issue the current political state in Tuko whereby the deputy is out, we have a new deputy. Do you mean alikuwa ameekelewa, alikuwa ameselektiwa akawekwa pale ama what do you want to
he was selected and when his time ran out akatolewa.
So time yake iliisha spend energy yake.
Yes.
Spend cartridge.
It's a spend cartridge and it has no impact. Hata Mrima has no impact in Kenyan politics.
As a region?
It's nothing.
It has, because the center of Kenya politics ndio was na determine the president who becomes the president. Kwa sababu without central Kenya si rahisi kuchukua the presidency.
The president can do anything.
The sitting president.
Do you know he has a strategy? He has a strategy already. He's not a fool. For re-election.
For re-election.
Yes. He's already there.
In terms of making coalitions or another scheme?
He already has a plan how to be re-elected. He's not a fool. He's very
wise. Central Kenya will not either determine.
They will have an impact, but very minimal impact.
So what is the fate of Gachagua?
Have you ever heard of a company called Bob Mill?
Yes, I know Bob Mill.
Do you know a company next to Bob Mill called what's its name? A printing house next to Bob Mill.
Mm-hmm.
What do they print? There were rumors. I cannot authenticate it. There were rumors they are printing ballots.
At that time?
At that time, when the ballots were printed at Dubai, even the government said that it sent a delegation to Dubai
to go and
to check the progress. Whereas ballots were being printed in Mombasa Road.
Rumor.
It's a rumor.
It's an allegation, so we cannot authenticate that. So basically, the whole elections system in Kenya is not about electorate electing a president. The president anaelectiwa, tunaletewa.
He's elected.
He's elected.
Yes. And we have nothing to do about it. We have nothing to do about the president. He's elected. Already know will get a seat in 2027.
Raila Odinga, what's happening with Raila Odinga right now? Because Raila Odinga amekuwa ndio tukijua is our champion in terms of the politics. But right now he's singing the tune of Adani. Even the other day alisema
champion in village politics.
Alisema juzi kwamba Adani ni mweupe kama pamba. So sisi tukabaki we are wondering because we are fighting Adani, and now here our savior is saying that Adani ni msafi kama pamba.
These are village politics. Do you know he is not a darling of the West? Currently, he is a darling of the West.
He's the big man.
He's just a puppet, but he's not a darling.
Who's the darling of the West?
I think it's Matiang'i.
For the presidency?
For the next election. For the next campaign period.
But Matiang'i is not appearing anywhere. He's there silent.
Have you seen the papers today?
No, I've not seen today, unfortunately.
Already has acquired services of the best lobby group.
To lobby for his election?
Yes. The lobby group which was running the Botswana election, he has already acquired their services to lobby for his election as the next president.
And is he being funded by the West?
He is a darling of the West.
So are they likely to fund him?
Of course. What is the work of the lobby group? They will lobby the best group, the best companies, the best organizations.
So Raila is not
the richest funding atapata.
So Raila is not being funded by the West right now. Is another spend cartridge.
He's as spent already. Naona hakuna mahali atatokea.
So yeye na Gachagua
ni kama Gachagua, he's being phased out. Akipoteza AU, he's done.
Raila Odinga.
Yes, ameisha.
I don't know when the election is for the AU, so it's a wait and see game anyway. Otherwise,
But for the game plan to work well, I think the West will influence the AU elections. Even you might see some of the contestants exiting the game. Yes, for Raila to take over.
The AU.
Yes.
Because the West might influence, because they want about
the... towards the election, imebaki siku moja mbili, unasikia mtu nimeachia Raila. Why? So many things at play. Unaweza pale ni pesa, ni geopolitics, kusukuma hapa na pale, unaambiwa wewe wachie huyu. Hawezi kataa.
So kuna mambo mingi tutaona.
So for Matiang'i to be president, Raila has to be the AU chairman. So that he exits
the Kenyan politics.
Kenyan political space.
So that now they build
it's all choreographed.
The whole game.
The whole game is choreographed.
So you can read it.
Yes.
You
know, ulize, si Raila anazamanga huyu ni mweupe kama pamba, huyu ni mweupe kama pamba. Matiang'i ni mweupe kama pamba.
I don't know. It depends which side you are sitting.
He's not.
He's not.
Yeah. He's just a puppet, like Ruto.
For the West.
For the West. Because the West owns the company, the plantation called Kenya. They own everything. Who is the biggest landowner in Kenya?
Is the Uru's family?
No, it's the West.
Which family, which lands do they own?
The British. They own almost everything.
The Lameas and
the British.
The companies like
they have, for example, they own all the game parks. The game parks are just a creation of the British.
So how do they own and
they have the rights.
Mining rights?
Mining rights. The game parks are rich in minerals.
The only thing I know they do is that they make what we call conservancies. And kulikuwa na talk hapo juzi about conservancies kwamba there is a lot of mining happening in
the British have initially it was hunting rights, not even mining rights. Mambo ya mining rights ilikuwa imefichwa hapo. It was hunting rights. Trophy hunting. Na wewe ukipatikana umekula umewinda swala, you are a poacher.
So unafaa
unashikwa na unafungwa
ama unapigwa
na wanaweka. Yeah, even the KWS, they have a policy of shoot to kill. Yeah, they don't arrest poachers. Shoot to kill. But because the British own the wildlife, they even own the game parks, of which some of the game parks hata hakuna wanyama. It's just fenced off.
Like there is an activity.
It's a mining area. They are protecting the minerals. Also, unapata game park iko na a few zebras and a few antelopes. Very huge area, and it's fenced off.
A lot is happening.
And you are not even, the locals are even not allowed to graze there. What are they protecting there? A few zebras. Is it worth it?
There's another activity.
There's something hidden
happening.
Yes.
We need to visit.
And you have to angalia tu utaona the trend. The game parks will go.
Will go in terms of
zitaenda in terms, kwanza tutaanza na Meru. Hiyo itaenda.
Itakuwa privately owned.
Itauzwa. Mining activity itakuwa pale.
Ndio sasa mining activity iendelee vizuri without
the animals are finished, hakuna wanyama pale. We have Meru, Sibiloi, the Laikipia conservancies, where we have an airport, a British hub, where planes can land, and they land and take off without anything to do with Kenya's KCAA. Yes. What do they
so basically sisi tushauzwa
kitabu. Ndege zimebeba nini? Inatua na kuenda. Na KCAA cannot question. That is civil, inaitwa
civil aviation.
Civil aviation. They cannot question. Because planes can land and take off from Britain.
Na tumeweka watu pale to go regulate our airspace. If you question, you are gone.
The bosses are the British. They own the game parks. How did they identify that hapo kuna wanyama? Why not other areas? If you go there, utaona a few zebras and a warthog and a gazelle here and there. And an elephant. Yenye imeletwa na gari.
So hii kitu imekuwa ni a lot of injustice kutoka kitambo, because hata sasa kuna complaints, kuna conflict za hapa mahali kwa Pineapple panaitwa Thika. Del Monte. The locals wanasema hizi shamba walinyang'anywa, and the economic activity inaendelea pale doesn't even help the local community. Ndio maana siku hizi utaenda upate guys from the local community in Thika wanaingia wanavuna and wanauza pale, because they say wali disadvantagewa kutoka kitambo because shamba zilikuwa zao zikaenda. So hii ni kitu imekuwa has been happening.
No, the previous their parents they were gullible enough.
So they gave out the shambas.
They gave out the shambas. Yeah. For a few coins.
So
unakuja unapewa kioo, unapewa kioo ya kujiangalia. It's magical.
But ni sawa, but we also know some shambas were taken kivita. People were killed. That is why tunajua there was a Mau uprising. Si ati zingine zilichukuliwa softly, so to speak. So hii injustice imekuwa since time immemorial, whereby even hizo vitu tunaziita conservancy, hizo ni community lands, because the local community inanyang'anywa shamba, na hiyo shamba iko na a lot of wealth, including what you are unasema there is minerals, and there must be minerals, because uwezi fence shamba tu hivi then utaki mtu mwingine akanyage. There must be something wealthy.
They are hiding it. They are hiding that Kenya is rich in minerals.
Minerals ziko
mingi. Sababu ukisoma shule, I think Kenya was the only country where there was no minerals. But iko.
It's not mentioned
as per the books shule. Geography, I think.
Hakuna mahali uliambiwa gold is in Kariandusi.
You have been told Congo kuna gold. So Tanzania kuna gold. Uganda there is gold. Why not Kenya?
Because hatuna.
Iko.
Gold yetu ni coffee.
It's there. Go to Okoto Bada. Naitwaje? Which gold is this? Ni Siaya. The Siaya is rich in gold.
But hatuwezi ambiwa
because the criminal who used to run that county to evade arrest, he had to give out the mines. Yes, to another big man.
So that his cases
just disappear. So vuta area ujue alipea nani.
Anyway, thank you very much for that conversation. Tutaendeleza this conversation another day. So keep it here so that anytime you want to see the analysis here, local events, we'll be bringing guests on live so that to discuss vitu zenye zina affect the country and the related matters. So thank you very much, William. I know you umechoka kidogo. Unless you have last words you want, you can face the camera and tell Kenyans what we need to know.
What I can say is that Kenya, for us to liberate ourselves, we have to act. And I have to lay blame on for sleeping on their job, which means they are also compromised. If we were to liberate ourselves from partisan politics and help the populace, help the Kenyan population to liberate itself through choosing good leaders, refusing to be colonized by the West, and I think from there we can move a few steps forward.
Thank you.